Well, good morning to wherever you may are as the Australian Schoolboys Championship kicks off in the unfamiliar time of 8:45 here in New South Wales, Sydney, at the beautiful suburb of Riverview and Saint Ignatius College. It is New South Wales 2 taking on Combined States, and there's been plenty of upsets here in the tournament thus far. Day 4 at Riverview, and New South Wales find themselves playing off for 5th and 6th spot. 7th and 8th we won't be able to bring to you, but we'll bring you live updates throughout the match as we get things underway here in New South Wales 2 with the quick restart and the advantage straight up. So straight on the attack now, New South Wales, as they head through now and make some metres through their hooker. Ball behind the back, so Combined States look like they're getting some metres so far, but it's a penalty to New South Wales, who would be disappointed to be playing in this game with the team they have. That's a beautiful kick there too, finding some space through Matt Minogue. And I'm joined by Rugby.com.au journalist Beth Newman. Beth, you've been watching all these matches for the last 4 days. Welcome. Good to be here. And what better way to spend your morning on a Saturday than watching a bit of schoolboy footy?
Yeah, exactly. And as you said before, it's been a really up and down week, and there's been a lot of upsets this week. And Combined States have been one of those teams that have probably surprised a few.
And a Combined States team is very much all teams and players that couldn't get selected in the 1s or 2s or throughout other states across Australia. It's a bit of a tradition here in the sport as they turn over the driving maul of New South Wales. Great work in there tight by keeper, their lock from the Ipswich Grammar School. But a real surprise, Beth. Queensland 2 versus ACT in the final. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think it's been since 2000 since ACT have made the final. And it's probably the next match which a lot of selectors are probably going to be looking at, but they should be looking at the final. But it's New South Wales 1 versus Queensland 1 for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, and ACT have really shown so much this week in terms of their combinations and that sort of thing. And we might not have some of the individual stars of the northern states, but they've proven they've got a lot of quality.
As Combined States look to get things out of their D zone and not releasing the ball. So great work in there by Minogue, who is a stocky inside fly half. He's able to latch onto that ball and gets the turnover and picks up the pill and kicks straight for the corner. So they're going straight on the attack, New South Wales.
Keelan, front defence. Just watch the defence. More set up.
As we look through their front row, and Raheem, the hooker from Saint Ignatius College, has lobbed it up high and it's caught well, and Whiteman drags his forwards forward. Good defence here by Combined States.
Stay on side.
And they've turned
Let it
it
come,
over.
Blue. Stay out, stay out.
And Half gets it back and clears. It's a big raking long kick, but taken well by New South Wales. They get straight back on the counter attack and running hard through their right winger. And still looking to attack here, New South Wales, as they chance their round wide. A wide breakdown. Looks like Combined States may have won that ball, but come away with it okay. One out runners. This is Cornish. Halfback taken there, and it's a penalty to New South Wales. Will they go early? No. That's a penalty to keeper.
New South Wales sound like they're getting a little bit frustrated with not being able to crack that line because of that Combined States defence, and they're going to have another crack kicking to touch again.
It's just 3 early penalties against you here.
So another good opportunity by New South Wales here. And most of their reserves are in this team. Not sure if Finn Wright has been replaced or injured, but play goes on and taken well. More by New South Wales. Ball straight to deck, and it's a knock on. So every time they've gone into challenge Combined State at set piece, they've lost the ball, or Combined States have been able to get in there and rattle the cage.
Let's go, big fucking scrum. Same again. Same again. Just there, time on.
Not a bad crowd here at not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and all the parents, friends and family and fans are all being able to get down and support this New South Wales 2 and Combined States team. Plenty of pressure building from both packs, but New South Wales 2 put the pressure on and Combined States get the ball back and clear. And taken well, but thrown in early from Harry Wilson, and back down the short side now, New South Wales. Here's a good little run, but straight into touch. It's a great tackle across there by the young fullback, Pavlikas. Bit of fool's gold there from Angus Bell, thinking he could potentially get down that short side, but he had a crack, and maybe the paint wasn't on there hard enough. But Combined States throw in, but taken well again by that man Whiteman, who feeds off to Minogue, and one out runners here from New South Wales 2. That's Cornish. Good challenge at the breakdown from Combined States. Back the same side. Here's the hooker, Raheem. Fed well, and there's Angus Bell who shifts it on, and that's a great tackle there by Combined States, and almost the pilfer through Joseph, the hooker. Knock on, but taken away. Here's Joseph again, pumping the legs. Good run there from Combined States. All the advantage now with the combined Australian team, and halfback looks to slow things down. That's Kirk who feeds it forward, and just one out runs here from Combined States. Ball's at the back. Pick then again from Willie Manu. And fed and off once again as New South Wales look to make advantage of the boggle ball. And here come Combined States through their fullback, and now out wide is Hicks, the prop, Doug Hicks. And taken down, wide breakdown, a little bit isolated Hicks, but ball comes out nicely to Kirk, and Kirk feeds his fly half, who looked to get things out from side to side, but Pavlikas is taken. He's only a small player, the fullback, but he's been highly involved so far. Pick and go again, so settling things up here, Combined States.
And this is probably the first real attacking opportunity they've had in this half, and they're looking really dangerous already.
Slow ball, pick and go. Driving forward. Kirk looks to send things wide, and he does. Good defence by New South Wales, who rushed out of the line. They've probably gone back 10 metres from that single-faceted play as they tow the ball through, and New South Wales 2 go back on the attack, and picked up by Pavlikas, who dives on the ball. It's still there for Combined States, and the Troops taking a while to get back, but they've noticed some space out wide here, and they've gone straight to it, and that's Doyle, the winger, who chips it forward. And disappointing with that result, but if that ball had landed in, he would have been in a bit of space there. But good enterprising play by both sides here early on, Beth Newman.
Yeah, it's good to see a little bit of that sort of attacking kind of rugby and a little bit of experimentation early on in the game. You know, it's still nil all, so you might as well take a chance on those kind of things.
Good tackle there too from Combined States. That's Joel Ellis, who's motored through the young wave alien.
He's on feet.
And they're calling a knock on now, so it's plenty to play for. And I know a lot of these Combined States players would have thought that they should have been in the New South Wales 1 or New South Wales 2 side. So there's plenty of passion in this contest.
Nice and wide base, good boy. Good boy. Let's go, big scrum here, yeah?
I'm impressed by all the front rowers in this tournament. There's one player that's maybe we'll see in the second half, Beth, is Angus Bell, the loose head prop from the Newington School, who's been one of the stars of this tournament in New South Wales too. The referee.
Yeah, there has been some really exciting front row talent coming through. It's, you know, at such a young age, it's good to see that sort of those sort of guys coming through.
Good scrum by New South Wales and fed out to Minogue, who goes forward. It's intercept now by Combined States. They're streaking away. This could be the opening try at the Charles Parker, and it is. The Scots fullback had really nothing to do apart from turning the gas on, and he saw the opportunity and striked at the ball, and good start by Combined States. It was Minogue who shifted it off and thought that there was an opportunity to fill Dom Easy, and Dom Easy's been very good all tournament. Good try to Combined States.
It's just the kind of moment that could kind of turn the momentum for Combined States after defending for so long in the early parts of this game. To get a try like that could turn things around very quickly.
And we make no mistake of that kick while the replay was being played, but was always going to be the case through Michael Pavlikis, who's nailed the extra 2.
Thank you.
7-0 to Combined States with just on 10 minutes of play as New South Wales 2 through Minogue, a towering restart. And a penalty straight to New South Wales 2 for obstruction. It's called that a lot this tournament, the young referees, and it is certainly a pathway for the young kids coming through of future Wallabies and Super Rugby stars. But our referees have done an outstanding job throughout the tournament, as well as the young coaches. So it must be one on their KPI as to rule out as many obstructions at that set piece kickoff, and they've done that. So New South Wales 2 with the line out, and Raheem has thrown a wobbly one, and the halfbacks matched it with a wobbly pass as New South Wales 2 looking to get on the scoreboard. And here's Raheem now. One out run, tackled well.
No, green!
Looking for the pill for his Combined States, but you can't be touching the halfback, son. And then the referee is going to have a word to the young flanker. Let's have a listen in.
Yeah. Listen, it is, but he's played the 9. First 5 penalties have been against you here.
Yeah.
Need to clean it up, otherwise someone's going to go to the bin. So get that message through.
Boys, discipline. Next one's in the bin.
Referee telling Benjamin Joseph, the Scots hooker, the captain for today, how it's going to be for the rest of this match. I would think that another penalty in this D zone will see the referee looking for his pocket.
He's just come through and taken the 9.
Hold him out.
Absolutely cracking day here. I'm hoping it'll stay this way for the entire tournament. All games being brought forward for club rugby reasons.
Fine. Set.
New South Wales 2 being very dominant in their set piece, but Combined States rally and get the turnover. What a scrum by Combined States, who pick up the ball and go through Willie Manu, who keeps to his feet. It is a maul and advantage to Combined States if New South Wales 2 can hold it up, and they do, and they get the ball back. So solid scrum, but just that carry there in the body height by the young number 8, Willie Manu. Saint Augustine's back rower.
Just binding on the back.
Let's go, Jolie.
Crouch.
New South Wales will be wanting to make amends for their last scrum. Let's see if they have a crack this time, as the referee's not happy with that engagement.
Just wait for the set call.
Here we go, boys, again, eh? Here we go, we braid. Big push here, mate.
So, Beth, the Australian schoolboys team who play New Zealand and also Fiji, and there is a Barbarians team too, is that named today?
Yes, it will be named this afternoon. I think they're going to announce it at the ground, and then it will be in the public domain this afternoon. So plenty to play for each of the guys out there today.
And there's always a bolter from this Combined States side who finds his way in the team.
We'll come across this way.
You'd think a guy like their flanker Harry Turner, he's been sensational this week. He'd surely be in the mix for for one of those spots.
It's been good. Young Turner. There are 2 sides of 23, so there's plenty of jerseys on offer. That Australian Schools v New Zealand match will be a great spectacle being played on our home turf. And it's been a while since Australia has beaten New Zealand in schoolboys. Probably Australia's beat New Zealand in anything to do with rugby, as New South Wales to get things underway, and that's Dom Easy who's gone without the ball from Minogue, and Combined States have the ball. So a bit sloppy now, this facet of play. Another scrum.
Ball's out.
It would be very dewy out there because it being such an early game, and maybe the conditions are playing havoc for these 2 sides. A lot of scrums, but also a lot of poor decisions.
Fine. Set.
So the New South Wales 2 now on the receiving end of the scrum from Combined States as they look to go wide, and here's Combined States Pavlikic again, and he feeds off to his 1-out runner. It's a good solid run there by Harrison Cannon. Here's Kirk. The defence from New South Wales too is really horning up here. Willie Manu, and you can just hear some of the contact being made. And here come Combined States back down that short side. We're able to stay in play. And Ben Ducksworth is tackled, but a turnover from New South Wales now. Can they make advantage of this? But a knock on to their little scrummy. And Marco Bell.
He's not happy with that one, Marco. He's very disappointed in himself.
He's done wonders this year, Marco Bell, for Waverley College, who are probably one of the form sides of the New South Wales school system. And he's a feisty little 9 by the looks of things. Him and Cornish from Waverley. And also Finn Wright on the bench, so well represented the Christian Brothers School in Bondi as Combined States get things back underway, and they're again really struggling to break this New South Wales line. And Combined States more just 1-out runs here, and that's Joseph who gets it back to Kirk, and they've probably made no metres after 3 phases, Combined States, so they probably look to play a bit of territory now, and Kirk still looking for his 1-out runners, and he finds Joseph again. And Joseph's able to get the penalty, and a well-needed one too for Combined States. They really had nothing in attack except the 1-out runners, and little Benny Joseph, who's carted the ball up a few times here this morning, he's been able to get the result for his team, the captain. That ball doesn't look like it's going to go out. Just stays in the field of play, and they're back underway. And with the ball, that's Harry Wilson, who's a big, solid winger. New South Wales go on the attack. Here's Raheem. Probably wasn't expecting that pass, Raheem. He was caught it high, and here come New South Wales through their blindside flanker, Cornish, who feeds it to his Waverley teammate, who gives it really to no one. And now the bounce pass is a very dangerous play in rugby, and it's a high tackle, so advantage New South Wales. What can they do with it? Some still 1-out runners. Here's Minogue, who beats a few and gets around and dishes it off, forward pass, so they'll go back to that penalty. Will the referee call out the Combined States player and go for his pocket? It looks like he may.
Too many penalties.
Will he? Yes, he does. So, yellow card to tackle. Combined States. Emmett Keeper will spend 10 minutes in the bin.
Number 1 green
real
sub.
Opportunity for New South Wales. They've been camped in the Combined States territory for most of this half, but they haven't been able to crack the try line. So they'll finally have a chance to hopefully take advantage of a one-man advantage.
New South Wales with the line out now. As, again, another interesting pass that goes now wide, so 2 wide phases. New South Wales looking to play down that flank through Charles Baker, but he's tough to pull down. He gets it back and fed well, so advantage New South Wales, still 1 out running. Here's Cornish, who's a good little player, son of former Wallaby Cornish, and New South Wales too looking good now through Raheem. Who's had a wow of a game, the young hooker, and fed well. New South Wales off the ankles, and it couldn't be handled there by Pullman. So it's just those passes are letting them down at the minute, and Combined States are able to get out of trouble, but they'll play the advantage for the knock-on. So enterprising play, and Cornish looked like he had gone through and fed well to the hooker Raheem, but just not getting any combination or pass through 4 phases here, Beth Newman.
Combined States are really holding them out well. They've been under pressure all morning so far, and they're outsized in almost every position and still standing up to this New South Wales side.
So ball to Combined States, who lead this one 7 points to 0, 20 minutes down.
Bind. Set.
And let's see who gets the advantage in this scrum. It's been on parity here this morning. And Combined States once again get over the ad line as a 1 out run through the States. And that was Riley, who doesn't really get the good result from his fly half. So now, just on 22 metres out, New South Wales have a good attacking opportunity. And taken well, but also cleaned up well by New South Wales. Won another ball off first phase, finding the dirt. Really need to get their passes to stick. Here's Minogue, who goes at the line. He's done that well all day, the 10, but he probably needs to send it off to his outside backs as the Combined States turn it over and box kick through. So they still can't get it at their D zone, the Combined States side, but New South Wales aren't doing too much with the ball. Ball spits out and towed through. So Combined States now on the attack through Duckworth. And New South Wales going to touch. So I don't know what's going on out there. Beth, it seems New South Wales have got all the ball, but just can't seem to do anything with it.
Yeah, just making some poor decisions in attack. I think trying to take the longer pass option rather than just keeping it pretty simple, and they're paying for it by getting turnovers and being punished.
So ball goes over the back, so a turnover to Combined States. New South Wales clean that one up through Cornish, and 1 out runners now through Raheem. The reserve hooker starting here this morning. And Minogue feeds it off to Easy, who again can't seem to just shift it through the hands, and it finds the dirt and then the sideline. So Combined States look for the quick line out, and they do. Referee says play on. So advantage to Combined States now as they look to go back down this short side, and it's a good little run here by the States and take it back inside. So well done there by Combined States to find the inside paint, and Pavlikis shifted out wide, and they're looking dangerous now. Back on the inside to the flanker Harrison, and jinking away and through the short side now is their left flank Elias, and it's a penalty to Combined States. So referees had enough. There's been way too many penalties in this opening game in the Australian Schoolboys final. He will have a chat to their skipper.
Yeah. All right, we had an advantage for offside. And then 12
looks like it could be Pullman getting a bit of a dressing down, but we'll...
It's a yellow card for Pullman, the referee's just
Well,
said. So
there you
that's
go.
2 men in the bin already, and it's only just past 20 minutes into the game.
Mark will be here.
I think Pullman's been great for New South Wales too in this tournament, and he's
Sure.
going to be spending a bit of a break. He
Time's
won't
on.
likely
Shot.
see
No arms.
another minute of this first half, and Combined States now an opportunity to make it 10-0.
No water at a penalty. Yep.
It's extraordinary how these two teams can be so evenly placed when you've got Queensland 2 in the final. It just shows you that the state selectors don't always get it right, but it just makes a great dynamic for the tournament when you see these big upsets. And I know New South Wales 1 would be disappointed not being in the final, but I think it's great to see Queensland 2 and ACT, the 2 underdogs, through. I don't think New South Wales 1 have missed a final in the last 5 years. As we move forward, and beautiful strike of the ball. Michael Pavlikis, a little fullback for Combined States. It's been good here this morning. Knox Grammar in New South Wales. He's done everything right. Only a little kid, but he's doing the job for Combined States. As that restart gets underway, Minogue has put it through to the clouds. What a restart, but also what a great take by Combined States, who look to go straight back on the attack through this left flank. Quick hands. You've got to stay in the field of play, and that is a good little run there by Ellis. And here come the Combined States through their 9. Kirk looks to throw back inside, but cleaned up well by Minogue. Good run by Kirk. But turnover again. New South Wales look to counter, but they need to go forward, and they do. Good run here by New South Wales. They need to stay in the field of play, and that's good meters. Not usually finding a lock being able to slip through like that, but New South Wales go through on the attack through this man here, Hunter. Here's Dom Easy, who spins out of a few tackles and makes some meters. Big stocky inside backs for New South Wales. Good sleight of hands, but not picked up, and finds the sideline. So again, if there was a stat for how many passes hit the deck for New South Wales too, they'd be leading the competition. Just on 25 minutes in this match. The ball to Ben Joseph, who fires it through, and a good take there by keeper, who decides to take it forward. Here's Kirk. He's protesting to the referee that that ball's been caught in. And here's Willie Manu back into the game. After a rested break, it looks like he's dropped it forward, and New South Wales enjoy the spoils and take it forward. New South Wales through Cornish. Good little tap-on ball to Joel Ellis. Good leg speed there by the young lock. Here's Minogue, who finds Easy. New South Wales 2 looking dangerous out wide here, and taken down with a great tackle. It needed to be made on Tristan Riley, and it was. Here's some real enterprising play now from New South Wales. And not releasing, so you can see the frustration on the faces of New South Wales. They just cannot seem to string any phases to maintain pressure on Combined States, who come away with another huge play, Beth Newman.
Yeah, and they're getting all the momentum now. They're working so hard in defence, but New South Wales haven't been able to crack that combined defence, and now we're back in the Combined States attacking territory, and they have a chance to potentially add some more points, and they're already leading 10-0.
Are we doing it or not?
Very slow, the Combined States side, just to get to halfway.
Hold, are we doing the
referee decides to blow things up. Looks like it's a substitution for Combined States in the front row. And Benny Joseph leaves the field, and he's been replaced by Jack Winchester.
Time's up.
Bit of a cheer from the side of the ground here, so Mum and Dad must be in the stands. Jack's first throw is a good one, and keeper again streaming through, looking for the strip. Need to be making their tackles now. Combined States very deep in attack, and New South Wales are flat up on the line, but it still seems to pay off. And moving forward now is Doyle. A lot of players in at that breakdown. They play the same way pattern in their halfback. Jinx through again, so he's only just come into the game. Chambers placing Kirk. A good start there, and here's the replacement hooker. And the ball stripped, and New South Wales 2 go on the attack. So dewy conditions here playing a role in this match. 10-0 to Combined States. New South Wales shifting wide.
It is interesting that you mentioned those dewy conditions, but it hasn't changed the approach of either side. They're really looking to throw the ball around, and to their detriment at some points, but it's still good to see them chancing their arm a little bit.
Expert comments by Rugby.com.au journalist Beth Newman, and another knock on and another chance to counter-attack through keeper. And Combined States looking to shift it. There's Manu and moving up. They'll be dangerous if they get it out wide here, but absolutely ragdolled there was Will in the flanker. Good tackling and defence, and also some good feet by Combined States who find their way through. Good jinking run. That was Duckworth, I think, at the bottom of that ruck. Look like they're just playing a real simple pattern now, Combined States, but there's nothing simple about this kid. He's huge.
A little bit of an injury concern for Combined States as well. Their 13, Tristan Riley, looked like he was limping a little bit, but he's just run it off, so he'll be all right.
I'll do my research at halftime, but young Takiri, I believe, could be the nephew of Lottie Takiri and former Waratah, the son of former Waratah, Elliot Takiri. So we'll do our numbers there. He's only 16, this young kid, so doing well to be out there. The 17 for Combined States, but it's all New South Wales at the moment, and Minot gets in there and feeds it out, and here comes Easy, who, again, looking to play that fortuitous pass and finds the grass.
Sure.
And Winchester, the hooker from the Bishop Druitt College School.
7, stay out, you're offside.
And they're playing territory and field position, which is probably one of the smartest plays that both sides have done. If it is a difficult one to play in these conditions, and I know, Beth, you said that they're looking to both chance their arm, playing territory and putting pressure on their set piece is probably the better option for the sides at the moment, as Combined States lead this one 10-0 on the 30th minute mark. Good throw there by New South Wales, who scored the ball at the back, but Combined States seem to get away with the result. So Combined States ball just on 10 metres out. Great attacking opportunity.
And they've got some very exciting attacking players. We've talked about the fullback a lot today, Michael Pavlakis, and a lot of guys who can slip through gaps. This could be a great opportunity for them if they can get their set piece right. Just while we're waiting for this scrum to pack down, it's important to mention there's another game going on that we aren't able to stream right now. WA versus Victoria for the 7th place playoff, and WA are leading 22-7 deep in the first half. So sounds like a good showing from them.
Similar to the result last night in Super Rugby, where the Melbourne Rebels fell to the Western Force by 9 points. And here come Combined States after another solid scrum, and their set piece is looking good, but a good tackle there by Easy. Combined States with the ball, they get it out. Looking very, very dangerous now here, Combined States, especially through this wing. Can they find the corner through Doyle? Doyle's only 5 metres short. Ball's there to be taken at the breakdown. And they've been able to seal it now, so Combined States very, very close. This could be a turning point in the game if they can get a score just before half-time. I think this would be the last play. Here's Takiri, who falls short, and they send it wide again. States through Walsh, who dribbles it along the ground, and they able to recover, but they've got the overlap and the advantage now. Combined States through Baker. Baker's over. What a try, Combined States. And Charles Baker from the Scots College in Sydney's Beverly Hill has scored a try right on half-time to give Combined States a 15-point lead, which could be 17 with a kick to come.
And that's a double for Baker. He's such a strong finisher. They couldn't do it on the left wing, so they just took it onto the other side of the field, and Baker showed those finishing skills. And that's a heartbreaker for New South Wales. I mean, Combined States, as we said earlier in the game, New South Wales were totally dominant, had all the attacking possession, but Combined States are the ones who scored all of the points so far, and that'll be crucial going into the back end of the game.
Were you potentially going to say a heartbreaker from Baker? I thought you were setting yourself up perfectly for that. Why didn't you?
I probably should have. I don't know. Maybe next time.
If he scores 3, potentially.
Yeah. A baker's dozen, maybe.
Maybe.
Bring out all the cliches this morning.
As the conversion is looking to be taken, and he'll go straight into half-time, and this is Michael Vlakis who strikes the ball. It's a good little kick, and the crowd likes it, and certainly the referee does as well. So half-time here at the 5th and 6th playoff. It's combined states with the huge lead, 17 points to 0. And New South Wales, too, who went into this game as overwhelming favourites. Combined states have made a statement. The young kids as a combined team across the country, and it's 17 points to 0 as we look through some of the scoring details. Of course, no points scored in New South Wales. The 2 try, 2 conversions, and 1 penalty goal. Forwards with the boot, I think, combined states to this point.
And the only real downside for the combined states that half is probably a slight injury concern for their centre, Tristan Riley, who's still looking very ginger on his left ankle.
And it is a tight game to date, but it's been very entertaining. On only the 2 try scores, but Beth Newman has been calling it throughout the game. Both teams looking to chance their arm. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from the opening half here on finals day of the Australian Schools Championships here at Riverview. They started early, and New South Wales looked to go on the attack. Their set piece was very strong, New South Wales too. And this is the intercept through Baker, who just streamed through one of his 2 tries, and he didn't really have to do much there except catch the ball and score under the post, and all the momentum then shifted to combined states. And New South Wales did their very best to maintain the rage, but just couldn't seem to find any of their players when they were passing. And the head-high tackle from Willie Manu sort of brought New South Wales potentially into the game with just 14 men, but they didn't take any advantage. And combined states through Pavlikis, who's been really good, the Knox fullback. He's probably been one of their better players on ground, and they just hung with it, combined states, and they saw so many opportunities. And the short side play here was on, and he's also had a great game, Kirk William. He was replaced in the later part of that game, but wasn't due to form. I'm sure it was just to share the load with some of the other players. And combined states, really all they needed to do was send it wide, and Baker, the heartbreaker for New South Wales, to scoring in the corner. So plenty of action here on game 1, and the game being played adjacent to this, and the only game that hasn't been brought live for this Australian Schools Championship, Western Australia v Victoria. And the Western Australians lead that one. I think it is 29 points to 7. And here is the Pool A and Pool B ladders as it finished. So only the one team undefeated. Queensland 2, the real surprise packet. They beat New South Wales 1 in the last day of play here. An outstanding showing from them. Came from nowhere. I think it was around about 20 points down. So Queensland 2 with the 2 wins. New South Wales 1 will be feeling disappointed they aren't through to that final with the same amount of win results. Combined states, the 2 wins. And it could be even 3 after here today. Victoria have struggled and haven't been able to register a win. The ACT have been probably one of the better sides, and it hasn't been for a very long time where ACT have been undefeated in this tournament and go into the final as favourites. Queensland 1, dropping that game on the opening day to the ACT, and New South Wales 2, who are out there today, and Western Australia. So there was plenty of highlights too in that second day's play as we break here for half-time. A little bit extra here in half-time in the finals. The standard of play has been amazing, and yesterday's highlights, I should say the last day of play's highlights, were extraordinary, and they were all on Rugby.com.au. Beth, you were out here and watching the game and doing the match report. The talent on show, and just the size of these players, they're only tiny, but they seem to do an amazing job considering the conditions.
Yeah, and it has been such an even competition all week. And I think we've seen their second half of competitions is we're looking at some of the New South Wales and Queensland highlights from earlier in this week. There's been some great tries scored.
It certainly has, and Combined States, this is a great one here from Combined States. A great tackle there, and Victoria would be feeling a little bit disappointed, but not only the highlights coming in attack, but certainly coming in defence as well. Some huge hits. She makes me pretty happy that I'm sitting here calling the game instead of out there competing in it. But well represented across the country too. We've got Victoria, Combined States, Western Australia here at the Vics here streaming through. We love seeing front rowers run, whether it's 2 metres or 20 metres, and they were good one. But we'll cut those highlights and we'll get straight back to the action here at Saint Ignatius Riverview. Combined States up 17-0 here in the opening half as the referee calls for the captains. And gets things back underway. So Combined States through their fly half, who's come into the game. That's Crone. He's been on the bench, the regular starting 10. And New South Wales goes straight onto the attack through that short side. And it looks like they've had a bit of a talking to at halftime, and Cornish has carried well. I think they've made some substitution. That could be Angus Bell coming back into the game. He's been one of their best during the tournament, and Minogue toes it through, an end-on-end style of kick. And Burgess is beaten, and here comes that man again. And finds back on the inside. Here come Combined States. What a try. It's Jack Walsh scoring, and it was all set up by that man again. Pavlakis, who's been best on ground, this young Knox fullback, and he found the hole and was able to create the opportunity for Combined States. The reserve fly half, Jack Walsh. Nice try there, Beth Newman. That gives them a 22-point lead.
And that's the perfect start to the second half of them. We've seen all week how crucial these back end of the games are. We've seen a lot of comeback wins and a lot of very tight finishes. So that'll be the perfect way for them to start, and they'll be really happy to kick things off that way, Combined States. And as you mentioned, that fullback Pavlakis has been immense this week, and he'd be another one of those guys, trying to prove a point. He missed out on selection in the New South Wales side, so he's kind of trying to show prove a point to some selectors that maybe he should have cracked the solo state teams.
What is it with these young, small fullbacks that are finding their way back into the game? There's another great young kid, Jimenez from the ACT, and Pavlakis now from Combined States. Almost like the Lee Halfpennies of the sport, where they used to be the big towering fullbacks. Now they seem to be almost the third receiver as Pavlakis goes in and strikes the ball. He can run and can also kick, this young kid. It's just fallen short. So it's now 22-0, 32 minutes down. And New South Wales look a little dejected, but they've made the changes at half-time, and I'd say this is their better side that are up on the field. And the replacements have come in the front row with Bell, Bremer, and coming into the match. I don't think Wright will make an appearance in this game, the usual starting tight head. No, sorry, Wright is out there, and he's straight into it and gives away a penalty. So they've brought on their muscle. Haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Let's go.
That's gonna be key as the game ticks down. I mean, Combined States have shown that they're electric in attack, but they're outsized by this New South Wales team. So it'll be interesting to see if they start to have to work harder in defence, if New South Wales will wear them down in this final half an hour.
Here's a stat for you: that Wright is the nephew of Owen Finnegan. You have Cornish out there, who's the son of former Wallaby Paul Cornish, and the loosehead prop Angus Bell is the son of former Waratah Mark Bell. So rugby in the DNA of this New South Wales schoolboy side, that's for sure. As we continue with play, Combined States, the ball back underneath, and a good attack there, but also met with some great defence. And Bell, box kick from Combined States is a handy one. Chambers, and New South Wales look to go straight back on the attack and deciding not to kick it into touch, and that's Burgess, who's scored a couple of tries throughout this tournament. The stocky winger.
Carried back.
New South Wales look to clear, and they do so through Minogue. Probably not the distance he was after, and here's Combined States with the opportunity and a tough bounce, but picked up well by the man of the moment,
Advantage. Tackling, not rolling.
Pavlakis, and he's got the advantage for his Combined States side. It's almost like the sky hook from Takiri to get the ball out
23
wide.
blue. Tackling, not rolling.
So Combined States now with the opportunity to extend their lead. On 50 metres, and they'll find the corner through their right winger, Harry Wilson. And it's a good kick there by Wilson, who's given his side a 20-metre advantage. Combined States with the line-out throw.
Backwards off green.
And a boggle ball to the back. And out wide now is the lock for the States. Keeper. One out runs again, but still fairly effective here from Combined States. That's McCormick, who then shifts it off to keeper, and now back down the sideline is Baker. And Minogue found himself with the ball, but just sort of dribbled it into touch. So not the right result there for New South Wales. Here's Winchester with the throw. He lines up. His first few have been very good. And he finds his man over that front pod, and keeper, he keeps on going. Attempt of Jackal there through Ward, Hunter Ward, who's looks like a bit of a live wire, the number 8. Great tackle there by Cornish, who's straight to his feet. Now New South Wales are playing with passion. Combined States get the ball. It's a penalty to Combined States, some loose play.
Need to be on feet to play the ball.
Just way too many penalties for this New South Wales 2 side.
That's 3 now to start the half. Let's just clean it up.
The referee's already starting to talk to them. He says there's been 3 for New South Wales already in this second half. There's been so many penalties already in this game, so probably both teams need to tidy it up a little bit.
Nice kick there by Jeremy Kempston from the Ipswich Grammar School in Brisbane, or Queensland I should say, as they look to take advantage of the possession made, and they go to the front with the snake play around the short side, and it's fed back into New South Wales. New South Wales get the ball now to see what they can do with it, as they're down by 22 points in this one. That's a stronger run and a better play by the New South Welshman. And their open side flanker has just come onto the field. And still going down that short side. This is better, and that's Pullman. You know he can play, this kid, Pullman, one of the better defenders in the comp, and Minogue now sees it and has the entire team chasing after it, and they are motoring down here, New South Wales, putting all the pressure on through Burgess, and Burgess gets a tackle on Combined States, who puts a little bit of pressure on. Gee, that's a good kick there from the States. Fantastic work by Baker, who's pretty much been the star for Combined States, he and the fullback. A banana kick around the defenders, and now gets a little bit of a wild card. New South Wales with the line out and dishes well through Bell, and now out to Minogue, and Dom Easy finds Pullman. This is better play from New South Wales, but they just turn it over straight away. And Combined States hooker cleans things up. Winchester. And here's Takiri. He's a big lad, Takiri. Finds the advantage line, and that's some good hard running once again. Combined States are playing with a lot of passion here, and that's McCormick. Will McCormick, good pick and go. Now, from Combined States, you don't see too many locks picking and going, and that's Taviga. And there's turned the ball over. Here's Cornish, who also looks like he knocked it on, but regathered, so referees missed one there. Quick ball in New South Wales. Here's Bell, who does what he does best. He just motors forward.
Tackle and move!
Gets over the advantage line, not releasing the ball, but it seems to have been held up by Combined State. So advantage to New South Wales. Here's Minogue, who throws it over and goes back into play to pop it out. And New South Wales looking a little bit rudderless, but they are going forward at the moment. And Bell finds Dom Easy, who's as easy as that, just shifted it straight to the Combined States flank up, or right lock, Harrison Cannon.
Tackling, not rolling. Yeah.
But with 22 points now, Beth, you almost just want to tap this and keep the energy focused well and truly on them.
Well, yeah, there's no point trying to bank penalties when you're 22 points down, so you might as well kick to the corner and have a crack at the line, and that's exactly what New South Wales is doing.
5, please. 5.
Here's the line out and feed for New South Wales. They throw to the back and Cornish has taken it. Good line out by New South Wales. They'll go to the maul and they chisel things forward. They've got a pretty big pack, New South Wales, and that's been brought down. The ball needs to come, otherwise it's not their ball, and it doesn't. So Combined States with the turnover.
Shut it off, feet, bro.
That just shows the desperation that Combined States have had in defence all day. That they've been put under pressure on their own line.
I'm talking to you. This is the time.
It's a collapse small. Green ball.
So now 20 minutes of play with
New South Wales captain Angus Bell. They're getting a little bit frustrated with the referee and letting him know it, but they just need to buckle down and try and score here, really.
They're saying there's just on 20 minutes of play. New South Wales will need to score more than 3 tries in this one. It's slipping away for them. But a very spirited performance by Combined States. The forward pack's been very good here today, and especially some of their replacements. Takiri's had some good carries. Also, the impact of Harrison Cannon's been very, very strong. The young lock from Nudgee. Set piece, and New South Wales go high, but Combined States come away with it with the 1 out running. It's a good little run there too by Crone, the young fly half, and they dish things back to that man. Pavlikas, who finds it short. Now here's New South Wales 2 on the attack through the left wing of Burgess, but tackled into touch was the hooker, and a great tackle there by that man, Charles Baker. He's not only scoring points, but also saving tries.
Both work on our high here. Yeah.
Seconds! Come on, Willie. I got 10. It's your favourite time, mate. Scum time.
Crouch.
Well, they need to score here, New South Wales, if they're going to be a chance in this match, and I'm not ruling them out with some of the way these matches have finished in this tournament. Teams being down by a lot more than this have been able to come back and win it, but Bell at the back of the scrum, and it's rushed out there from Combined States, gives it off to Minogue. Minogue goes straight forward, the nuggety fly half. Bell, ball spitting out, pick and go here from New South Wales. No other option through Cornish. Shifts again, here's better play from New South Wales. Only 5 metres out now. Ball comes back and a flat pass to the reserve lock, William Harris, who's now botched it there. I think that looked like it was Cornish, who looked to pick and go and didn't have his head up and picked without the ball, Beth Newman. So they don't deserve to win this, New South Wales, but the courageous defence of Combined States has been the real highlight.
Yeah, New South Wales have made a lot of errors on deep in their own attack and just botched opportunities to score or claw their way back into this one.
Just simple passes going behind them is really killing them, and here's Pullman doing his very best after the scrappy pill, but Combined States are all over that ball. And they've been able to get it back, New South Wales, and cart forward through Harris. Here's Bell feeding another Bell. Angus Bell, that is. There's 3 Bells in this team.
2 of them named Angus in a weird twist of naming.
And they go wide now. New South Wales still looking to break this combined states defence, and they come up with another turnover. With Wilson just throwing things out there. So really good play there and good defence by Southern Districts. Sorry, combined states.
Got your shoot shield hat on there, Adam.
No, I actually do have a shoot shield hat on. I'm looking at some of these players and where they're going to be playing next year. Of course, 2 more matches to come here in the Australian Schools Chance. We brought all matches live, bar just the single one, which is the 7th and 8th playoff down there between
I've got a score
Western
update
Australia and Victoria.
Western Australia leading 36-12 in that one, so pretty dominant showing from them.
So the men from the West are continuing their good form. I'd be very disappointed, the Victorians, coached by former Wallaby and Rebel Nick Henderson.
Time's on.
And New South Wales too are letting this one slip, but I wouldn't even say that. Combined states have really dominated. They're the far better team.
Crouch.
Team with the most to play for.
Fine.
Poised, patient,
Set.
and find themselves 22 points ahead in this match and no tries against them. So a great showing here from the combined states and a great scrum here from New South Wales, but cleaned up well. Bell's been able to get in and riddle through it. He looks to chip it through, finds the back of his heel, but it's a knock on. So New South Wales, through that pressure, will get the scrum and feed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Can you just watch the angle again on that side?
Yeah,
so
certainly.
angling into my head. Thank you, sir.
Can you watch him for him?
Props! Here we go.
Can we watch the break here for that?
That's enough. Thank you.
Crowd starting to fill in here to Saint Ignatius Riverview, and we're expecting to have a pretty big crowd for this next game. Queensland 1 v New South Wales 1.
Set.
As both packs go down, New South Wales. That's a better scrum from the Sky Blue as they throw another pass to Deck. Minogue knocks it backwards, but they just have not been able to have any cohesion in this one. Here's Bell, who feeds off his one-out runners in their open side flanker. And New South Wales are back on the attack. That's better play by the New South Welshmen as they stay in the field of play. Beautiful offload there to Pullman. Sealed off well. New South Wales on the attack. Ball high, carted forward. Here's Finn Wright, who carries well, and a quick place by the Waverley prop. Finds Easy and out to Minogue, and Minogue's whacked hard there, but able to come away with the possession. Here's Easy again. Face ball to Pullman, to Wright, who dummies and gets over the advantage line. So New South Wales aren't out of this match. They're still looking to share the spoils as Easy finds Bell, who seems to enjoy the contact, this young prop. Easy again, flat ball. Looks like Yasmin's come back into the game, and ball's out there and scooped out by combined state. So turnover to the combined team. And New South Wales are starting to get angry and making some pretty dominant hits.
Let it go. Let it go.
And States
Let it go, gents.
clear it. And pressure an hour off for the time being. 15 minutes of play. Beth, is there enough time?
It doesn't seem like there is. New South Wales too, they've had a lot of attacking territory, but still haven't been able to cross the line. And combined states are standing up incredibly well to the pressure. And you know, even those you mentioned before, New South Wales, their hits are getting harder. They seem to be getting bigger all the time, but they're just not able to penetrate that combined states defence. And it looks like one of those combined players is being looked at by a trainer at the moment. They've already had one injury today with Tristan Riley, an early exit, but Looks like they might have another injury concern here as well.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I think that could be a bit of foxing there, a bit of experience from the combined states team just to slow things down a bit, because New South Wales look like they've got a bit of a sniff here. Will Bremner looks to get things back underway. The Chatswood High School hookup. Throw to the front, which is won easily, and Bell feeds it off to Minogue, who carts it forward. He's been pretty solid, Minogue, when he's had the ball. Here's Bell, who shifts it off to right, and Bell again, and Bell throws the dummy. He deserves a try, Angus Bell, the way he's played this tournament. It's try time. So Angus Bell finds the line, the Newington prop, and he has been an absolute star in this tournament. So game on, potentially, as combined states still lead this one 22 points to 5 with a kick to come. And it was through that man, Minogue, who got over the advantage line, and a nice sleight of hand here too. Saw right, his front row partner shifted off to the barnstorming Angus Bell, who's had a sensational tournament. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't feature in this Australian side. As we line up this conversion, Minogue, who has been pretty busy for the New South Wales side. And he strikes it and converts. So 7-pointer for New South Wales Schools with now 11 minutes of play. They'll need to repeat that more than twice to be a chance in this match. Thinking even now, Beth, that no more changes to be had. I think New South Wales have exhausted their bench, so it's game on. Here's Finn Wright. He's straight in the thick of the action, carting wide. Bell digs in and gets out through Easy, and now Pullman. So I've said that a lot here this morning. Easy, Pullman, and also Minogue. That's where they're getting their meters. Here's Angus Bell, a good carry there by the loose head prop. Another Bell feeds Minogue, and out the back to Pullman, and looks like it's New South Wales lock of Brett Wellington who's out there on the flank. But combined states look like they've turned it over, and they have. And they look to shift it wide. Good carry, but a penalty obstruction through Douglas Hicks as they go straight away, New South Wales. And here's Easy, who's really taken it upon himself to win this game. All the backs have now, feeding out to Wright. Wright knocks over one and then loses the ball, right. So disappointing end to some good play there by New South Wales, but combined states once again come away with the ball, and now it's a turnover, but they're going to play the original knock on. So I almost just want New South Wales to score to have an entertaining finish, because all the matches, it almost feels like if you're ahead by 22, you're in danger, because every match has been a boil over and it coming down to the last few minutes. Absolutely perfect conditions here this morning at Riverview. But not perfect if you're a New South Wales school selector, as this side is looking to do some damage, and a beautiful run once again by combined states. And what a play. Now that's certainly going to make the highlights reel. He's been outstanding. Pavlakis, the Knox fullback, he's just converted a great opportunity there, and he also can tackle as the New South Wales 2 side continue to motor forward through Bell and now Minogue, who's just kicked it across field. And now combined states look to take the advantage through Riley. They're outside Flenner, and who's back there? Dom Easy. Dom Easy has a crack himself, chip and chase. Could have almost been a penalty there for knees in the back, but combined states have got the ball and shift it wide again. What will they do with it? They've got numbers and advantage here to the right. And Pavlakis, he's just thinks the best way is to go straight forward. The young Knox fullback. One out runners again. A little bit isolated here, the States, but they're making metres and going forward, so that's the main thing. And Baker, the double try scorer, throws a hospital pass there to Combined States lock. Monster tackle by Wright. Here they go, States, and this is a nice little passage of play through their fly half, Jack Walsh, and New South Wales get the ball now. They're going to have a crack from anywhere, I would think, with just on 7 minutes to go. But a turnover to Combined States, and Combined States could put this one well and truly out of reason for any result. Here's Hicks, the loose head prop. Not a big player, Hicks, but they'll go back to the original knock-on. So New South Wales have only really got themselves to blame, and I know the conditions would be a little bit dewy and slippery, and they're playing a different style of rugby, but they just cannot even nearly compete with Combined States at the breakdown.
Yeah, neither side have really ever adjusted to those kind of slippery conditions early on, but Combined States were able to at least hold the ball a little bit longer than New South Wales, and that's really why they're so far ahead, is that they've been able to convert the opportunities when they've had them.
Crouch.
We're just on 6 minutes to play now.
Set.
Here come Combined States as a set piece play falls behind, but they'll use Pavlakis. Looks like that ball's been turned over, and they have done so, and it's cleaned up by Mark Abel, who's held up. And I don't see the ball coming back out New South Wales' way, but it finds its way. As soon as I say that, it's a turnover and then a knock on and back the other way to Combined States. So no scrums and play on, says the referee. And they're just going to chisel through, arms out for some type of advantage as States still rumble through the middle.
No advantage.
Looks like Taviga was a man on a mission there, but they're going to play the original knock on from New South Wales too, and it'll continue to chew up a bit of the clock.
Come on. Work hard, boys. Take them out. Win some, you lose some. Second. Oh, not long to go now, hey? Let's lift.
If there is to be a close encounter in the later part of this game, I would think that New South Wales need to score in the next minute, but Combined States could be the people that come away with those points. It's a big, strong scrum from New South Wales, and Combined States get things back underway with a better set piece play, and another great run there by Baker, who has been outstanding here this morning, Charles Baker. And States still come away with the ball, and a lot of defensive pressure coming from New South Wales. They see this game as potentially being in the balance as Combined States go through another one. I think that's keeper. Knock on at the back of the ruck, so New South Wales look to take advantage and tow it through. The referee has called no advantage and back for the original knock on. So it'll be interesting to see if that play had continued.
Seven green sub.
Oh, let's go, States, head up. Head up.
Let's go, boys.
Props.
Combined States have made a few changes as well here.
Go, boys. Pressure on. Second.
So some fresh legs and hopefully the right result for this young Australian side.
I'll get inside.
Set.
Here we go, Jolie coming out with me, mate.
Penalty, New South Wales. Will they go quick? Yes, they do, through Marco Bell, who feeds off early to Pullman, and Pullman looks for that axe line, but they just go without the ball. So anytime they look to play some entertaining rugby, they just can't seem to catch the ball or put it through the hands, and it's been really frustrating for the coaches here on the sideline. Of course, former Wallaby and England coach Brian Smith wouldn't be happy
They're just looking too desperate in the last little while. They're trying too hard to make things happen, New South Wales, and that's when you do get those kind of errors, because you're trying to make the miracle happen when, you know, probably keeping things simple might be a little bit more advantageous.
Yeah, simple footy is always rewarded, but the way Combined States have played here this morning, they deserve this victory. And another chance to score points. And they shift it wide now. Here come New South Wales too on the attack through that left touchline. And Brett Wellington, the lock out there on the side. Maybe he is playing wing because he's spending a lot of time out there at the moment. Here's Minogue, who catches it well behind the advantage line. Quick ball required. Marco Bell digs in and gets it out. They continue to go down this right flank. Good, strong carry there by New South Wales. They see some points in this later part of the game. Here's Bell onto Wright, who really keeps motoring those legs. Takes about 3 to bring Wright down. And Bell again. New South Wales now just running straight and hard, and it seems to be effective. Back on the inside to Bremner, the hooker. They're 7 metres out now. This is better play from New South Wales. 3 minutes to play. Here's Cornish. Could have been offside, Combined States. Good long ball placed by the blindside flank out to Easy to Minogue, and Quicks hands here finds a try to New South Wales in Wellington. So is it too little too late? Who will tell? But New South Wales have been able to get a late try in this one. 2.5 minutes to play. It's a 10-point game. And they're really not showing too much urgency to take this kick, knowing that it's only just 2 minutes of play and there's no time off, so I don't think they have a goal kicker at the minute. And it looks like, is there time off? Yes, there is. Important kick here, but it's still going to be a tough one to New South Wales to get away with this. They'd have to score almost immediately. And Matt Minogue, really, this kick doesn't have much bearing on it. You'd almost think the time's more precious than 2 points. He strikes it, Minogue. It's got the distance. Is it going to have the accuracy? No, but New South Wales will need to score pretty quickly with just on 2 minutes of play. They trail by 10 points. Beth, how do you play this if you combine states? They're all walking back now.
Yeah, you just got to soak up every second, don't you, in the last 2 minutes and just do what they've been doing all game, which is just hold New South Wales out under pressure and stand up to that attack.
Taken by Wright. Loose head, tight head. Lovelian, who's been pretty good since he's come onto the game, but again, New South Wales to turn it over, and little boxy there by the scrum half. Could it pay off for them? Taken well by Combined States, so maybe they're going to be the next to score. And they go down the short side. States, so they're looking for another try before halftime. Good carry there by Dawson, who's played the whole game, Dawson. And Combined States are behind the advantage line, but they are soaking up this clock. Just a minute to go. Penalty New South Wales. So they'll need to move pretty quickly, the Sky Blues, and they do through Marco Bell, who shifts it on wide to Dom Easy, and he's taken in a tough tackle there, but Wellington's just coughed it up again. So our clock's wrong, but this result is the right one. Beth Newman, 22 points to 12. Combined States have upset New South Wales too in a great opening game. Conditions have been pretty difficult with all the due at an 8:45 kickoff, but both teams chancing their arm, playing an entertaining style of rugby, and we'll quickly run through the stats. 22 to Combined States, 3 tries, 2 conversions, 1 penalty, and 2 late tries to New South Wales, who were really never in it and always hopeful of getting a result. Beth, some good individual efforts out there, but also you'd be disappointed if you were New South Wales, because I think they left a few points out there, but I'd be really proud of the performance of Combined States, who had so much more to play for. The underdog, a lot of those players missing out on that New South Wales jersey, and they're the ones excited and experiencing the victory here this morning.
Yeah, they've made a habit of upsets this week, combined states, and they've shown again that they've got some really talented players. You know, their outside backs, particularly Baker, who had the double today in the first half, and then Michael Pavlakis, who really led the team
As
really
we
well.
look through some of the highlights from the opening game, and you just mentioned Baker there. He was very, very strong for combined states, and they scored a double in it. Came in the opening few minutes for Baker, and he just streamed through. Didn't have to do too much except put a little bit of pace on. He scored under the post, and that was a try off the run of play, and that's when combined states looked the goods. And it was really nothing that New South Wales could do. They did their very best, and there was a high shot here from keeper who had spent some time on the field. Sorry, no, that was not keeper. I think that was the number 8, Manu, who spent 10 minutes out. But this man here, he was outstanding for them, setting up the try for Baker. Pavlakis, who was just into everything, whether it was attack or defence, and combined states now well in control of this match. But it was just that last pass on so many occasions. And this was the real clincher for combined states, where they just needed to get the ball out wide, and they were able to do so with ease. And Baker scoring in the corner for combined states. But there was still plenty of points in this one, especially in the second half. That was just at the stroke of half time, so a real big dent into the chances of New South Wales. But here's Pavlakis, who had an absolutely whale of a game, looking back on the inside. And combined states now, you would be very, very hopeful of an upset victory for New South Wales with trailing by this point. But this is where they knew that they won the game, and New South Wales had a couple of more opportunities to score, and their tries were good ones, but it was a little bit too late, as that 3 combination of Pullman, Minogue and Easy were very good for New South Wales. Without them, I don't even think they would have got on the scoreboard. But Pullman there feeding off to Minogue and back down this short side. And here's one player which I really would love to see in a few more years. Angus Bell, was in everything today, and these games he played in this tournament had the most carries. His scrum's been good, and he gets a very rewarded 5-pointer. And New South Wales did their very best to stay in this match, as probably only the final highlight of this game. And they had one more opportunity to score the game, as we cross down to Marty Cambridge, who's on the sideline with hopefully one of the players of the match, and who I'd be giving the best on ground too. But we'll cross down to you, Marty, and I'll tell you what, this kid can hold his head very high the way he played.
Here with Michael Pavlakis, mate. Michael, a fantastic week for you guys and a great result at the end there. Yeah, it was a good win. Good to get the win over N2, and good way to finish off the week. You're in grade 12 at Knox College, mate. How was it playing with some guys from both New South Wales and Queensland? Oh yeah, it's good fun. Like, coming in Thursday, I wouldn't have played with any of the blokes in the team, but now, like, coming off the back of this week, I feel pretty confident knowing everyone, and been a good week with the lads and good mates with them, and good experience. Thanks for joining us, mate. We'll get straight into the next game. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Queensland 1 and New South Wales 1 coming up for you now.